You're listening to a 10 Minutes on Tuesday podcast for Propel. I'm your host, James Hacon from Elliotts. Thank you for downloading and enjoy. Good morning. We're here at Drake & Morgan at King's Cross, and I'm with Dylan Murray, the Operations Director. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, good morning. Happy New Year.
Yeah, and Happy New Year to you too. It's the first podcast of the new year, so thank you so much for coming along and meeting this time of the morning, so it is quite early on the Tuesday morning. I'm sure you've had a much busier period than I have over the past few weeks.
We have indeed. It's been, we're obviously just out of peak Christmas trading. It's quite refreshing to be sat here after a little break, post what was a very busy period for the business, a very busy period for the group, and with some really fantastic sales, which is very encouraging as the business goes forward. So yeah, it's roll on 2016. Very much looking forward to what that brings and what we face.
And there's a lot happening from what I read. So
absolutely, lots going on in the business. We're in an exciting time. We announced last year that we are going to Edinburgh, which is very exciting for us. That will be happening in 2016 towards the latter part of this year. We've got some interests to take the brand to other regional parts of the UK, and we hope to confirm that over the course of the coming months. So that's exciting as well. And then just further interest, hopefully in London, to continue growing the brand and continue growing our little Drake & Morgan family. But yeah, exciting times. I think that the sort of product innovation will continue to be developed through this year, which is exciting as well. So yeah, I'm just glad to have finished 2015 as we did, and looking forward to what this year brings.
And if we look back to last year, obviously a change for you moving into the role that you're doing now, and you were with Soho House Group before, I believe. Do you maybe want to talk a little bit about how you came to be here and the kind of career steps you had to take the role that you're in now?
Sure. I enjoyed a fantastic 6.5 years with the Soho House Group. I've now been with Drake & Morgan just over a year, and it's been a great journey so far. I think the aspirations for joining Drake & Morgan really were, I just saw a business, a young business with a young mentality, but great appetite for growth and development. It's a business predominantly wet-led, which was quite new to me, and was an area of the market I was looking to get into, to learn and grow within that market. And I just, given the opportunities that faced Drake & Morgan as they looked to scale up and grow, I just felt that was too much of a good opportunity to miss out on. And I'm thrilled I made that decision, to be honest. As I said, I thoroughly enjoyed my time at Soho House. I put a lot of time for the group and for what they do, and I think they're a fantastic brand. I see Drake & Morgan as equally as a fantastic brand, and a brand which is scaling up and growing. That energy, that enthusiasm, energy, and an appetite to scale up is something that sort of drove me to the business, and I've never looked back. So
really exciting time. And if we look to the future a little bit more in terms of the openings that you've got coming up, you talk about Edinburgh as being the one out of London that you've obviously publicised already. I dare say it's a long way from London, and for a first site outside of London, what operational challenges does that bring for you?
Well, it's a good question. I think, like anything, when you decide to take your brand regional or outside of the comfort zone, if I can call it that, it's clearly going to provide its own challenges, and I think those challenges, just coping with that distance between our base, as it were, and up in Edinburgh. I think the key thing to it is to ensure that you put a great general manager in the site. You have a great operations team up there operating the site. We would invariably use the experience of our operators down here in London and give somebody an opportunity to go and open that site up in Edinburgh. That way, we'll manage it from Edinburgh down rather than from London up. makes perfect sense, and just ensuring that they've got that day-to-day support, and that day-to-day support is available at the end of a phone. But I think the other challenges will really be, the supply chain and actually working in a market that's slightly different to what we're used to. But I think what we've got to remember is that we want to make sure that we embrace everything that Edinburgh has to offer. We don't want to be a London brand going to Edinburgh. We want to be, we want to be excited to be in Edinburgh. We want to be part of the community. We want to buy locally. We want to source locally, and that goes from the products through to the staffing. And we want to make sure that we add to that ever-growing community that is the bar and restaurant scene in Edinburgh. And it's an exciting time to go to Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a vibrant city, fantastic city. I couldn't think of a better city for us to take our brand outside of London. It's the first port of call, and it will challenge us, but I think it will challenge us in good ways, in positive ways. And what it will do for me is it'll allow us to see, does the brand have legs, which no doubt it does. And so exciting times moving up to Edinburgh.
Having lived in Scotland for a number of years, I'd have to agree with your summary of what an amazing city it is. And I think it's also amazing speaking to people with the various developments that are going on, the amount of brands from London that are moving up within this next year, which will be exciting for you guys, because at least it's kind of growing Edinburgh as a whole in terms of more rounded food and beverage scene.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
And on the website, I also read that you're looking at developing 10 sites in 5 years. I'm not sure how old that is or whether that's still the kind of the drive right now. But I mean, that's quite an aggressive expansion track. Are you on track for that? Are you going to achieve that?
I'd like to believe we're on track for that. I think it is quite aggressive. We added 2 sites to the group last year in 2015. I would like to think we could add 4 this year in the full year 2016 to the portfolio. So I'd like to think we're on track for that. We need to challenge ourselves with that. We recently appointed a property director. Marcus Brownlow joined our team towards the end of 15. We're very excited to have him on board, and that really sends, to my mind, a statement of intent out. It really sort of lays out where our ambition lies, and our biggest challenge as a business at the moment is acquisitions, is finding those sites, and we are in rollout. We're keen to grow, we're keen to develop, and we're keen to add more to the portfolio and continue growing the brand. So by having Marcus as part of our team now to progress that forward, I think we should easily achieve that, if not more. It's always good to aim high. My thing is aim high, achieve more. So we'll continue pushing that. We'll continue putting that pressure on ourselves.
And what kind of split do you think that's going to be outside of London to inside London?
To be fair, I think if we were to do 3 regional sites, that would probably be sufficient for us, and then we would further focus our interests within the capital and surrounding areas of the capital. So Edinburgh's in the bag, and I would hope 2 other regional sites would satisfy our ambitions taken outside of London, and then just grow it internally.
One of the insights that we've picked up quite a lot in the last year has been this piece about the commuter belt. It's quite interesting because I've moved somewhere that can only be described as a village on the commuter belt. And you look at the kind of pubs and the licensed retail outlets in that village and nearby, and sure, you've got a couple of nicer ones a bit of a distance away, but ones in my village aren't particularly stand out in any way. And I think it's very interesting within the insight we've picked up is that obviously as hospitality standards grow much more in London, that's really driving out to the commuter belt. And in that way, is the commuter belt certainly on your radar as somewhere that you would consider?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think I would agree with that. I think there are opportunities on the commuter belt. I think it's becoming more and more of a challenge to find the right sites within central London. So I think you need to be clever and look to expand slightly beyond the centre and look at those commuter belts. There's some fantastic key areas within London. We've seen many operators look to expand and grow within those commuter belts, and I think it slightly changes the model because it would predominantly give you a slightly different mix and a slightly different shape to your week, be it that the weekends could be more of a key focus whereas in the city Monday to Friday is obviously more of a key focus. But it's just how you cut the shape of your week. But it's the same customer who's frequenting your site Monday to Friday who would frequent your site on the commuter belt Saturday and Sunday, and people have appetite, and I do believe we are. We're a 7-day-a-week operation. We have 4 occasions. Every day. I think breakfast is a growing market, and that in the commuter belts would grow. Brunch as well, and then, as I said, over the weekend. So definitely our appetite. If the site was right and the location was right, I think we would certainly consider looking to expand within the commuter belts.
You talked a little bit about how other operators are already kind of trading in that space. Is there any operators that you particularly kind of admire or look to when you're looking to see what your competitors are doing?
Well, I think on this, particularly on the commuter belt, we look at businesses like what Coat have done, and look at businesses what Bills have done, and you can easily see that they've got the central London locations, but they've also ventured out into the so-called London commuter belts, and you can see what that's done to their business. As I said, I have no doubt it would have changed the shape of their business slightly, but all in all, I think it's probably added a lot of value to the business, and it's added a lot of credential to the business. And that, to me, when I look at those two, are as a one-off to my mind, are 2 standout examples where you can see that the confidence has grown as they've moved in and around London.
One of the things I was quite interested in, giving your background, was getting your viewpoint on the, I suppose, where you were before was within that kind of super premium market. You're still within a premium market now. What challenges do you think you potentially face here that maybe other operators within a more mass market scene aren't potentially facing, or do you think it's the same?
Predominantly, I would think it's the same. I'm a firm believer in. I've been in this business all my life, and I'm at the end of the day, whether we're in fast casual, whether we're in casual or the premium market, ultimately what people are looking for is an enhanced experience. And what people are looking for is great service, is good honest product, and is good value for money. And at the end of the day, for us, we always focus on making sure that our product innovation is fresh, and we're thinking of new ways to innovate and to create more and creative, exciting products for our market. We're looking at ways to continue to develop and grow our service. We're looking at ways to continue to grow and develop our team, and just focusing on the everyday detail and making sure that what we do it consistently well. And that's the biggest challenge. I think in our industry, certainly for me, and I go out a lot in London, and I love checking out what our competitors are doing, but trying to find and make sure that we're consistent on a day-to-day basis with those key things. Our drinks are consistent, our drinks are fast, and our food is consistently good all the time, and our service and what we do and how we manage atmosphere management is at the forefront of our minds and consistent. Those are the key challenges. And to my mind, whether you're in the fine dining sector, whether you're in the mass market or the casual dining or fast casual, those key elements exist across all of that, and that's what people look to. And it's competitive. It's very competitive, and it'll only continue to get competitive. And the way we'll stand out is to make sure that those 3 key KPIs for us are consistently of a high standard, day in, day out.
That's great. I think that's probably all we've got time for, but very, very interesting to hear the plans and your viewpoint on the sector. So thank you so much for your time, and good luck for 2016.
You're welcome. Thank you.